Hello everyone, welcome back to the Atelier Nikuzuki live stream of consciousness. We've got about 3 hours of working time right now. I actually did some work this morning and I need to get some work in for Knit City, Calgary as well. So we did prioritize a few of our things that had to happen before I could actually come down and sew. We do have all of the small box bags are ready to be turned. I have not turned them yet. That will be a task for later, but it will be happening. And I just realized since we're working on the mini traveler slings and I've been referring to like the different links for different stuff, I was like, I probably should like update the amount of what we actually have available in the shop for mini traveler slings because it's not much. There's literally 3 left right now, guys. Ugh. So, here we are. Sure. I don't need that to play any longer, but done. Linkity, linkity, link, link, link. Yeah, so it's been a day. The main thing that I worked on this morning was I worked on getting. No, thank you. I got all the zips onto the zippers for the mini traveler sling. So that's where we're at with them. Is they all have zippers on their zipper pulls on their zippers right now, and we're gonna go from there. Yeah. And I will need to go make a coffee around 4:30. That did actually mean that I was actually awake long enough last night to do some work last night as well. It was really good. I was just like, hell yes. I haven't been able to do that for a while. So, hello. Okay, and we're going to turn on the lights here because they make me happy. Okay. Let me get you to the right color tone that I like. Can you see them both? You can see them both. Yay. Okay, now that means that we're officially starting to sew. So we've got, because I've got white thread in right now, we're going to work on just getting the actual zippers into the bags, and then we'll work on denim and etc. later, I guess. Or should I go through and do denim? Doesn't matter, just start sewing and then deal with it later. Like really, who cares? Okay, so we do have all our little packages made up here, obviously, already, which is awesome. We are not working on welt pockets right now. We'll work on welt pockets later. Yeah. Actually, I think... Ooh. Let's go in and do our denim on the bottom first. I was like, I'm gonna zoom in and be all fancy so you don't see as much of me, but now it's like I'm zoomed in too far and way too bright. Hi, cat. I think that I look really dark now though. Hi. I also do not want to like, ugh. I don't want to close my blinds right now, so let's... There, that exposure I think is okay. Turn the brightness up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now I'm happy with that. Now, typically I am running the... I need to pull up the Mini Traveler Sling. Mini Traveler. I think I misspell it every time I post about this. PDF, PDF, PDF. Wow, big of. Ooh, okay. Yeah, it's quite a large seam allowance for this. Not quite what I thought it was, but more than like, it's not a 1/4 inch. This does unfortunately mean that I do need to like get all of these bags and all of their sundry bits and pieces. Okay, these two are practically done. Oh yeah, and there was one where I have to actually take the zipper out and replace it, which is the koi. So actually, let's do that while I'm here and thinking about it. Because what ended up happening is I actually tore the zipper when I seam ripping it. Was like, I was putting on zipper pulls this morning. I'm like, oh, why is this the way it is? And yeah, the zipper tape is actually was damaged during a previous repair attempt, I guess. I don't know why. What's going on, but oh well. So that means that the whole zipper probably needs to come out, which is annoying because it was like at the point of top stitched and everything like that. But we do also really want these koi because they're amazing. So and realistically, if I'm taking this out, then we're at the same point as everything else because the denim will be on the bottom, but no zippers will have been installed yet. This seam ripper sucks. What the hell? It's insane the difference in quality these can have, even amongst the same brand. No, don't tear the fabric back. Yeah, it looks like there was all sorts of problems with the installation of the zipper in general, so looks like it's not the worst thing that we're actually taking it out. Annoying? Yes. Terrible? Probably not. Apparently, releasing the stitching on the one side didn't release the front side. Wild. Okay, fine. Let's do this the super nitpicky way. As we stitch rip. Excuse me. Okay. So, getting that out. Now we need to seam rip the top portion as well. I know the exposure's gone the other direction. As soon as I turn that light off. Okay. Alright, so the zipper here got caught when I was seam ripping something previously, so we're just going in and we are seam ripping out the zipper so that we can actually like finish the bag, because I'm pretty sure that koi are usually like something that sells right away. And then we'll go back in, and what we're working on right now is getting the denim onto the bottoms of all the bags that are in the pile with the zippers. And then we'll go in and we will sew the zippers in today as well, hopefully. That's my goal for today, is to get denim and zippers installed. I did a little bit of hemming and hawing about whether I should do zippers or denim, but we're going to start with the denim. Obviously, we still have all the stuff of like, do we, of having to top stitch and everything like that. So I think what we'll do is we'll get the zippers in, get the denim on, top stitch everything we can, the white thread, and then swap to the black thread for everything else that needs black thread, and the welt pockets that need black thread, because we do have some darker bags this round. Slash, we actually have bags with like black denim, I guess is what I'm reaching for there. Come on, seam ripper, don't fail me now. Should have actually taken a seam ripper to this before I started stream, but I know that you guys are here for like following along with the mistakes too, right? So here we are. I don't even know why we seam ripped. It looks like we like seam ripped the top stitching out. So I don't know what I was doing that I seam ripped where it actually like wrecked the zipper too. But definitely did. So here we are, fixing the mistakes. We're trying to, at least. And in the grand scheme of things, I would much prefer to rip the zipper versus the fabric. So like, yay that at least. But still, it's like, what the hell's going on? Why you do this to me? Okay. I actually sat out on my deck this morning and like drank my coffee on the deck. I went for my run. It was a very active morning. I have not been running a lot this summer. Well, it just turned summer, but I have not been running a lot since the weather turned good. Just sad, because honestly, running in the summertime outside is one of the best things here. But yeah, it's not in the cards yet. I need to take this sweater off though. I was like, I'm totally gonna need my sweater because I'm downstairs in the basement, but apparently not today. I do also have my window open because I'm like, I am not skipping the fresh air right now. Okay. Yes, it's a sports bra under the dress, but whatever. Oh no, a grown woman's wearing a bra. Whatever, what shall we do? The moral panic. Okay. Yes. And then there should be, pretty sure this is a gold zipper, although it's too long. That's a short gold. That's also a longer gold, black and gold. Okay, we'll just cut another one and pop it here. Put the zipper onto it too. There is this bag ready to go again. Just gotta pop the zipper pull onto it. Onto the actual zipper. And then we'll get down to actually sewing. Let's get down to business. To defeat the Huns. Okay. And since, yeah, so that has already got its like denim applied to the bottom. And I have, okay, that one. So we're at the point with that one that it also just needs its base. Okay, we'll just split those off as I come to them then. And then this one needs its base. Sewing on. Okay. I'm gonna try and keep these things. The nice thing actually about using the dress shirts in the interiors for pockets now is that it's like really easy to know which bags go. Like before it was just all based on like denim color and stuff like that, and now it's like, oh no, okay, this has got this pocket pattern, so it's actually gonna be really easy to tell. I think there'll be less guesswork at the end or in the interim, whatever the fuck we want to call it. Okay. My body's suddenly like, you could use a nap. And it's like, no, I wanna chat online. I don't wanna go for a sleep. What time is it? It's 2 o'clock, okay. It's not too bad. So it looks like most of our denim's probably pretty dark. Once we finish this, we'll split it up into piles of like what's going to get white stitching or not, both for top stitching and for their welt pockets. But I do think the majority of what we have cut and ready to go is pretty dark. So I know that there is some light denim in here though. So obviously that'll get white top stitching right now, though it's all been dark. Also, if you can hear the road behind me, that's because I have the window open. We're going to have the window open because it is glorious outside and I'm not going to completely miss out on summer. To the point where the kids and I, after school, are actually going to go down to the river, and the youngest wants to throw rocks in the river and the eldest wants to make bracelets. We were hemming and hawing about the beads, but I think we're going to leave our beads here and we're going to start actually making friendship bracelets. Like embroidery floss friendship bracelets. I got some this week. Well, yesterday when I was in Calgary. Wound it all up, so now we're ready to go there. I'm excited. I think it's one of those just right challenges for them. I think they'll be like, they're just the right age to start tying friendship bracelets. At least the easy ones, like when it was in the Klutz book, it was always kind of like that braided looking one where it was just the knots kind of stacked in a spiral. I think that's going to be perfect for them to make right now. So, and also then I don't have to worry about carrying beads down to the river area. They're like, oh, I can carry my beads, and I'm like, no, it's like, it's not that part that I'm worried about. It's the whole like keeping them contained so we don't pollute the river. So at least with friendship bracelet, it gets like tied in half and then it's contained within itself. So next time I sort these, I need to remember that I need to keep the like bottom denim on top with the bottom piece. So it's just like pull that out of the package and sew it. Next time I also just need to like sew them right away instead of running out of time. But that's practically impossible, so that's crazy talk. Like the last nice day this week, and then it's supposed to be like shitty weather the rest of the week. I am currently supposed to be at the Usagi Jinja, the Shinto Shrine in Calgary's Midsummer Festival. However, I am keeping a very close eye on the weather, because right now it's forecasting wind, and like misery basically, so rain. Right in the middle of the event. So we may or may not be there. If I am there, I will be there with the kids, and that's one of the factors in deciding whether we go or not, is just how miserable this would be with the kids, along with the factor of just how miserable I would be. And I don't want to get the products like soaking wet. So if it's a combo of wind, rain especially, that's not gonna go over well. So I just don't need to put myself or my like I don't need to put myself bodily in harm's way with a tent in like rain and shitty weather. So all right. We're working through getting the upcycled denim onto the base of these mini traveler slings. I'm realizing that I actually did not go to Pekana for my snap hooks yesterday, which was an oversight on my part because we are nearly out, and I forgot that this was this week's task. Oops. Well, I guess if we run out, we'll prep a bunch of Kato bags instead. There's always something we can be doing, so I'm not too worried about it. Although I did want to get these done this week, but that's on me. Because I think I'm like down to... I know there's quite a few... No, there's not. Never mind. There's like 2 gold. And 1, 2, 3, 4 of the like gunmetal. Sweet. So I got 6 bags worth of hardware right now. Damn it. I don't really want to go back into the city, but maybe I will. Go back into the city, then I could drop stuff off, which would be good. I could find out if I could do that tomorrow. Maybe that's what we'll do. It's not what I want to do, maybe, but maybe it's what we need to do. Just to get these done. Okay. And don't worry, once we're done, there's like 2 little stacks over here. It's like once these are done, there are more. I think I've got something like 40 cut because I did not get any of these finished before Otafest. But we did the same number of cuts plus a few before Otafest, so like same amount as what we did for belt bags basically. But anyway, I want to get these wrapped, mostly wrapped up. And then yeah, and then we can go in and we can cut Kato bags, I think is the next big thing, as well as some more traveler slings. I don't think we're going to do a lot more of the cotton traveler slings right now, but I really want to get some Obi traveler slings, and we need to get the Dundurn totes that I had prepped before Otafest finished as well. So those will be the big things. Now, if you're kind of like, why aren't you going through and picking these all at once? I could, But I also want to be sewing right now. So here we are. Doing this probably fairly inefficiently. Also because my body is 100% like, you need a nap. Hey lady, you should go for a nap. And I'm like, gonna fight it as long as I can. Definitely gonna make myself a pot of coffee later this afternoon. Actually, at this point, probably what I'll do is we'll do all of this work and I'll work until about 4:30. And then I'll head out to make sandwiches to take for dinner with the kids. Because if we're going to go sit by the river, they're going to be hungry. And etc. I think there's still leftovers for lunch tomorrow, which is awesome. I'm excited for that at least. Okay, that one's already got its base sewn on. This one does not, but this is starting to be into where we had like previously cut fabrics, which yay. Given that we're also using the tablecloth here, that's exciting. So I think the I think 98% of these ones are actually, like, of the mini traveler slings I'm working on right now, are going to have upcycled dress shirt interiors, which is exciting. Yeah, I think there's a couple with new interiors, but not many, which is cool. Oh, you're already. Okay, so that's got a base sewn on. I think the rest of these actually have their bases already sewn. Sweet. Okay, in that case, I am going to transfer this pile into here, I think. Good. And then there's a great big pile over here. There's also the Obi ones, the big traveler slings to complete as well. Those first need to have a like dart and stuff done on them, so maybe we'll do that as well while we're here. May as well, because I was talking about getting some more Obi bags done, especially before we head into Omatsuri, which is in the middle of July. I'm really thinking with the traveler slings, I might actually do a second, like the larger traveler slings. I'm going to do a second D-ring, and then and then we'll have an upgrade option for a leather strap versus a cotton strap, because I was getting asked for leather straps on them last year. So I think we might add that option. May as well. So I don't know how much it would actually cost extra, but I will get back to everyone on that. Oh, son, I found this white and orange striped shirt, and like, look at that with this fabric. It's going to be so good. So good. Actually, as I'm working on these, we'll move them over to that bin. It's not really a bin, it's just a tray that I've been trying to keep minis contained in for the last year and a half. We're not going to discuss it. Okay, this is actually a Kato strap, so let's pop that back there. I think we've got all three of the neon cat faces getting sewn up right now. That would make sense because I definitely focused in on those prints when I was cutting. I think we probably should do another round of those fabrics for Kato, and then we do have to decide what we're doing because I fucked up the I thought I was going to get like small box bags out of the cuts that we had of these. And some of them did work, but then some of them I must have like not lined them up properly or something like that, and they actually ended up too short. So we'll figure out what we're gonna do with those cuts that aren't making the cut. Haha. And then we'll go in and we'll cut small box bags as well, because we need a restock on the, as much as I just I'm finishing a restock, it's all older fabrics, so we definitely want some of the newer fabrics in the mix as well. And I'm slowly realizing that like my production levels are vastly going to change here in the next few months as we head into homeschooling. Yeah. Actually, no, our time's just going to shift, so it's going to end up being a lot more working by myself and not on stream, at least during the day, and a lot more working when Dallas is home too, so. Or he'll take over lessons, but also like getting kiddos out to stuff, so I'm gonna have to like balance. It's just gonna be a different balancing act next year. / in 3 months. Not even 2 months. I knew what I was signing up for, but some days I'm not. Yeah. Oops. Oh, okay. We ran out of bobbin thread at the end of the last one, which is good because it's at the end of the last one. We'll pop it under here anyway, and we'll start from this end here. There we go. Snip out the bobbin thread. There's still, by the way, there's still snow in the mountains, which is amazing. We want snow in the mountains as long as we can have it. Thank you very much. I don't think it's gonna last much longer, but it is still there right now. I think we're supposed to, well, and again, we're supposed to rain, I think, most of the rest of this week. So, actually, what? Did that get updated or? Degrees in Calgary right now. Nope. It's supposed to rain all week. Actually, it's supposed to be hot with a mid-afternoon shower tomorrow, which tells me we're probably in for unexpected thunderstorms. And it's supposed to be thunderstorming on Canada Day. Shit. Oh, okay, just in the morning. Actually, that's not too bad because then I won't be cooking for Canada Day. Ooh, and quite nice on the day we're planning to go to Stampede. Camor has a forecast of thunderstorms today. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I could believe that, looking out at the clouds out there. Wednesday. Not bad. Sweet. What about here? Actually at home. Thunderstorms tomorrow. Yeah, that's not surprising. Yeah, not too bad. Cool. Be nice to have like a moderate summer where it rains a bit and it's nice for a bit, and it rains a bit and it's nice for a bit. We definitely have, actually, so we planted our garden. We planted late this year, so I don't know what we're going to get out of it, but potatoes are doing really good already. We had a volunteer pumpkin of all things, which is super cool. So it's already growing. And then we have beets popping up, but I don't know if the carrots and the cucumbers are going to do anything or not. Which is... I tried seed tape this year, which I don't know if I ended up actually watering it enough to begin with. Who knows? We do have a bunch of volunteer sunflowers, which is also really cool. And my peas are... I don't know. Probably should plant some more again. All the flower pots are popping off though, so I'm trying to see. I did container sweet peas last year, and so this year I did container sweet peas again. There's something in the one though that I'm like, are you cosmos? They look like cosmos, but I don't remember planting cosmos in the pot. But they also don't look like weeds, so I'm like, But yeah, I was like, I've got like 2 hanging pots, and what I really want to try to do is, because of the really long, tall sweet peas, I kind of want to treat them like a vine and see if I can kind of grow them from the top, like both pots, and kind of grow them over the ledge of the balcony. And sorry, I need to go grab some gum because apparently my meds are making me nauseous today. Yay, that's always fun. One moment. Flimflon, what are you licking your chops about? Okay. My number one tip, whether you're pregnant or on medication that makes you nauseous or anything, or you just end up feeling nauseous sometimes for whatever reason. Because hello, hormones being little snooty bitches some days. Gum. Chewing gum. Mint specifically, because it's actually like, I find it moderates the nausea just as well or better than ginger. And I don't like sitting down and just like eating ginger candy. That makes my nausea worse. If it gets really bad, I'll take some gravel or something like that, but it's not at that level right now, which is good. It's just the Ozempic doing its thing some days. And is it a perfect solution? No, but chewing gum, mint chewing gum will help. If you just came in on that conversation, I'm just trying to person chewing gum because my stomach was like, wah. God, all these neons are so good. Actually, we're not going to touch the bigger ones because I just realized that you have to sew the base on. I need to get all the darts done, and I do not feel like sewing darts today. There, decided. Well, you're probably all like, yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. Alright, get all these done. Eldest has 3 days left at their preschool. And I am 100% a wreck about it. Because we decided to do summer camps elsewhere, which is good. They need to go somewhere else for summer camps. That's like, especially for the eldest, it would have been their 4th year doing the same camps. And I'm like, even if they had swapped, okay, I love our preschool. This preschool has been amazing. But I wish they swapped the themes of their summer camps. So like every year they've done the exact same themes and everything like that. I'm like, even if you just swapped the themes, the kids there that have been there for that long would benefit. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, the eldest has 2.5 days left now. Which, oh my God, I cannot believe. I'm also very excited for them to try these new summer camps though too. It'll be good for everyone involved, I hope. Actually, I gotta make sure that, I think there's a contact for the summer camp personage. So I need to email them and just give them a heads up about the youngest. All right, I've got like 3 more to put the bases onto. And then we'll go in and we'll do... Oh yeah, I did purchase a duffel backpack. Because it's like, I have my nice trekking backpack. However, the duffel backpack means that I can actually just do a carry-on when I'm going to Japan in October. And that is, I think, honestly worth its weight in gold. Is actually lighter than the trekking pack by like half the weight. So technically I can actually fit more fabric into it. And when I say half the weight, so the trekking pack is about 9 pounds. It is far more comfortable to carry. But honestly, a 4.5 pound backpack versus a 9 pound backpack, like that's another 9 meters of fabric. It's like, what, 1 or 2 more OB for sure. And it just resolves a lot of issues that I'll have. Well, there wasn't any issues, but now I don't have to check any package on the way there. It'll just be on the way back, which honestly does save me a significant amount of time when it's like you land in Narita and then you're like, all right, now we go and we get on the train. I can literally just walk off the plane with my carry-on and fuck off, basically, and get out rather than having to wait for baggage to come through. And it's not a big deal typically, but when I was when I soloed there last myself in 22, that was actually the longest wait was at the baggage carousel, waiting for everything to get off the plane. Wasn't customs, wasn't getting through immigration, it was luggage, which is pretty consistent. So it's also bright fucking orange, so like there's going to be no question whose bag it is. It's also waterproof, which is really cool. So yeah, an improvement I think in general. I will still bring the backpack when on the bigger family trips because it is more comfortable, but for like, it was originally supposed to be the solo trip backpack, but I think this works. I think this works better. Alright, so those are all going to get dark stitching. This one's going to get light stitching because that's how that is a far lighter denim color. Then we're going to continue like that. It does also depend a little bit on what the color of this fabric is, like the upper, but not as, like I'm not going to top stitch this in white. Or the mushrooms in white either. You, however, yes. 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 No. 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 Yes. No. Given the color of the upper fabric, no. No. Yes? Yes. No, because that is, yeah. Okay, so in that case, with that many dark stitching ones, what we're going to do is we're going to do these guys, which are the light guys, and then we'll go in and we'll do zippers, because then we can do the top stitching around, like for the white fabrics. And then when we do the stitching, top stitching for the dark fabrics, we can, yeah, words. The other thing I should do is I should actually go in and pick out our webbing colors so that I can cut those. Cut and fray check them. Alright, there we go. So all the ones that need the light stitching are done. Now we'll go in and we'll do zipper installation. The thing with these ones that always slows it down is the welt pockets. So maybe I'll bring the welt pockets and draw all the welt pocket requirements tonight. I don't know. Okay, so zipper, upper, pocket. And as I was mentioning earlier, it's actually really nice that we have all of the different color pockets now, because it's going to actually be way easier to distinguish, like after this step, where this package is going. Because now we can just match the interior to the exteriors. And honestly, I don't think it's that much extra work to do the dress shirts for pockets than it was to do the new fabric for pockets. So, well, that's a lie. There's a little bit extra work because we wash all the stuff when it gets in, and then it has to be ironed, which is not a step that I take with the new fabrics, but that's okay. Yeah. Okay. If you're like, why are you doing contortionist moves? Because I was reaching down for the pile of fabrics that fell on the floor. All right. So, fruit cats. Yay. And then these will get dark top stitched after we finish up the exterior top stitching. Oh, okay. Cool. Like, where does this go with? It's right there, Katie. Jesus. Criminy. Okay. It's going to be so much easier. Okay, where the fuck did your zipper go? Fuck. Already falling apart. I don't know why it was back there. Solved. Okay. This should more or less be in order, except for these guys that are white top stitched. I will set the white top stitched ones aside. These guys, however, again, as just mentioned, should be more or less in order. Okay, so let's just take a portion of the pile so it stops falling on us. Okay, zipper, top, interior, clip, and then there's the bottom portion of it, and the zipper, and then zipper, top, pockets. And then the other zipper goes into the back as a welt pocket. So that's tomorrow's task, probably. I don't think we're going to get to that today. Oh, I know what this is. This is mushrooms. Okay. Upper. Okay. There we go. Pockets. And this does also help contain the pile a bit better, so it should stop slipping off the shelf onto us. Hopefully. Ooh, we need to do leather selections. That's the other big one. What do we want to use for leather colors? I don't know yet. We'll probably do that as we do this next step. It's 2:40, so we've got about almost 2 hours left. At least that's what I plan currently. Mostly so I had the opportunity to go upstairs and make sandwiches and a coffee and potentially have a nap before I go pick up the kiddos. And we hooligan it up at the river. Should actually find out if a friend wants to go down with us and hang out. Make friendship bracelets. I gotta make sure that I find my friendship bracelet book. I know that I set it aside the other day when I was tidying out the like basement storage room because I found it. It's the Klutz book with the clip. But yeah, let's actually just text her right now. I don't even know if she's free or not, but give people the option to say no has become my motto. Prefer to like be invited and have to say no, and even have someone else can be invited. I do not take offense to people saying no. There we go. For whatever reason, busy, sick, don't wanna. Not their interest, whatever, I don't care. It's better to give people the option, I'm finding, than just assuming. Because that's definitely happened to me and I hate it. It's like, just give me the option. I know what my limits are and what I can do about it. I'm not salty. Totally am. But that's okay. Also, like, this seems a little bit messy for all this organization. Yeah, it is. Whatever. It'll all come together, right? Right. These like little marshmallow friends are so bright and cheery. Fucking love them. So good. And a lot of these will need white stitching for top stitching, like this one. So that's definitely something that we will do once we get the... When I say zippers installed, I'm implying, I guess, or have the understanding that we'll also be doing the top stitching for them at this point too, so that we're ready to go there. That's the first one we've hit with light denim stitching. Cool. I also love the personality that these different like interiors give these bags. Even if it's not something that you normally see, it's like kind of really cool. All right, so we're just sorting out everything. Basically, we're working towards getting zippers sewn into the mini traveler slings that we're working on right now, which means we're sorting out zipper packages, basically, is what I would consider this, and figuring out, well, not figuring anything out, we're just sorting out zippers into where they need to go. This pile can go back into the containment bucket, whatever the hell we want to call it. It's like a little flat tray, containment tray, which has been like the most effective way to contain the majority of the mini traveler slings for the past, I don't know, however long I've been using it. Year and a half. Just kind of keeps everything ticking along in one spot instead of 16 bajillion, which like still happens, but not as great a frequency now. I really like this lantern print, and I'm super excited to get it launched in the minis. I think it's also cut for the Kato as well. So first things, I say that we're going to cut more Kato, but first things first for Kato, we will go in and get some more out of the bin as well, just because, well, they're already like partially prepped and partially ready to go. But that will be like one thing in the, or one factor in the next few weeks. It's not going to be the only factor in the next few weeks. Get up here. Ha. More marshmallow friends. More marshmallow friends. All of the marshmallow friends in different colors. Marshmallow friends. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Some like mallow friends or something like that. They're definitely cat-shaped friends, but they are cat, like marshmallowy cats nonetheless. We're gonna put that one on the front. Yay, we're getting there. Yay, we're getting there. Yay, we're getting there. Getting there. So next step is to get, so once these are all sorted, obviously, the step after that is to get all the zippers in and then top stitched. So those are the next two steps, and hopefully something that I can finish this afternoon before I head out. And if not, that's just what we'll continue working on later. Like, really, it's not like, wow, okay. I say that it's not like they're going to grow legs and go off anywhere, but if you've been watching for a while, you know sometimes that's exactly what happens, and then I'm like, where did these pieces go? What is going on? Right? So we'll try and get as much done as we can so that my workload is eased tomorrow. One thing I am considering is splitting these up so that I can draw the welt pocket onto them potentially. No, that front is done. We just gotta do the welt pocket. Cool. Which is, I haven't decided if that is something that is transportable with me or not. So, no. Oh, it's already done. Fuck me. Doom. Boom. That purple that I just pulled out, this floral, is actually one of the OG ones that I imported from Etsy. So when I say that these are some of the older fabrics, like some of them are far older than even, like, I bought these in 2003. No, some of these are OG fabrics. Before Nekozuki really knew what the hell Nekozuki was going to be. So, here we are. Celebrating all stages of Nekozuki, apparently, which is good. No. Holy fuck. Okay, it was this one right here, I think. Okay. Fuji. Family crests are getting made into bags. We do currently have a selection of family crests in various colors on the website as belt bags. So that's always a good option as well. Right now there are only 3. Yeah, I know. Ridiculous. 3 mini traveler slings on the website. So if you're wanting a mini traveler sling and you're seeing the stock go by that you want now, please let me know. You can DM me or email me through the website even, and we can set it aside for you. My next for sure event will be the Calgary Stampede Pancake Breakfast with Ancient Arts Yarns, and then Omatsuri with the Japanese Canadian Association, Calgary Japanese Canadian Association, CJCA. Yeah. I am technically supposed to be at the Midsummer Festival with Usagi Jinja on Sunday, but the forecast is looking absolutely horrendous, so I'm going to make that judgment call on Friday. In part because the kids will be with me, and the forecast is specifically saying rain and like wind right in the middle when we're supposed to be setting up, and then like actually they're attending. So, but that is happening this weekend on Sunday from 11 till 4 if you still want to go out. I'm sure they're still doing all the festivities part of it. And it's a really cool little space. I would highly recommend it. Hell, go on a day that there isn't even the festival. It's really cool to see anyway, so. All right, constellations. We're almost to the bottom of the pile, I promise. Koi with the zip that we just took out and recut. I don't know how it happened, but this set had a mishap when I was seam riveting it last time apparently. So, and now this zipper doesn't have a zip pull on it, but I know there's a bunch. And had spares unpacked down here. There they are. So we'll pop the zip pull on. Actually, if it's nice tomorrow morning, I need to cut the grass. Actually, if it's still nice tonight, I'll cut the grass because our lawnmower is not that loud. We don't even really need that zip right now anyway because it's for the welt pocket, but now we don't have to worry about the zip pull. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Ah, I see. Okay, I'm like, there's still a lot on my lap for being nearly through this pile. And somehow I am missing a whole package. Am I shocked? Not really. Annoyed? Fuck yes. Okay. Maybe it's probably like all the way down at the bottom here. No, where did it go? Because we've got these two, but we don't have the red crest one here. What the hell? Okay. And like, it's the whole kit and caboodle, not just like one piece either. Of course. Okay, well. SOL for now, I guess. We'll figure that out in a bit. And if you're like, that's the wrong way to deal with it, well, yes. You're not incorrect. But also, there's so many to sew that missing one right now is not going to be the end of the world, thankfully. Although I should do it anyway because that's how I end up with like massive piles of whips, is I'm like, it's fine. Okay. So we need the red common fabric. It should be fairly distinct because it's a black denim, so I can't imagine. I don't know how we missed it. Okay. No. 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 And what color? Oh, I wouldn't know what colors are. Probably black and gold, though. No. 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 And if you're like, why aren't you just looking for the black? Because I don't want to mess up the pile too much, because this is actually still somewhat in order, and honestly it still helps keep it a little bit straighter. Wild. Where the fuck did it go? This helps contain the disaster 96% of the time. And then this is the other 4% of the time. It's not here. What the fuck? No, I really did want the family crest. The fuck? Where did it go? Oh, I wonder if it slipped on to the other side. No. Did it get picked up with the obi? Potentially. Potentially, but it's not there. Or is it the bottom here? No. Goddamn. Okay. Well. Truthfully, SOL. Alright. We will figure out where all those bits and pieces are later, I guess. Sweet. Fantastic. That's always annoying. And then, because these pieces are just waiting to be made in, like, have the welt pockets done, or just assembly in general. And then those are, like, lining pieces. Weird. That's really weird, because we definitely just sewed this too. Which means it should be in that pile. Maybe we'll find it while we're working through the rest of this. Who knows? Alright, so. Alright. Plonk. Okay, so now we go in and we do zipper sewing. Why does that feel backwards? No. that's upside down. I'm like, something feels wrong here. It feels backwards, and that's because it was upside down. All right, now it is no longer upside down. And yes, these can be chain pieced, so that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm just going to double check on the seam allowance. The zipper. Attach a zipper foot to your machine and stitch using that. Okay. So like, it's one of those ones where your best guess is your best guess, and that's probably where you should be. Like right about there. Turn your machine on, Katie. That's going to help you significantly. There we go. Okay. God, I'm doing this all backwards and topsy-turvy right now. All right. My nose is itchy. I don't like it. Wait, no, that's the piece there. All right, so what we're doing, pop it there, flip this over here. Don't know why I tried to put it on before I put the zipper on, because honestly it's just easier to do it without the exterior in the way. Super cute scooter print. Yay, scooters. Again, and this isn't quite OG, like importing from Etsy, but it's definitely from amongst the first trips to Japan. And I'm nearly positive it's from Tokyo. Don't take my word for it, because when I say like the original trips to Japan, that's been almost 10 years. Actually, the very original trip to Japan is 10 years old now. So that was the first time that I took Dallas. So in one way, hella true. Insane to think about. Do not feel 10 years older. Which means that like my exchange was also 16 years ago, and it's like that one hurts a bit. It's like, what the fuck? Ended 16 years ago. I started exchange nearly 17 years ago. Like, what the fuck? Means that in a couple of years I'll have been out of Japan longer than I was like old when I went. And it's just like, oh my god, I don't like this whole time marching on thing. We good? No, we're not. That one's like not laying correctly. It doesn't look like. How are we looking? How you doing? You're not bad. But yeah, there's like a lapse there. Okay. Let's pop this over here, since we are going to seam rip this. Get it better lined up. And yeah. My stomach's so like upset. I don't get it. Okay, this continues. I might have to take a little bit of a break and just go grab a snack, because honestly sometimes it's like hunger nausea. Just wild to say, but true. Look at me being a responsible sewist and actually seam ripping as soon as I see a mistake. My God. Who am I? Don't even recognize myself. Yay! Alright. On to the next. Now this one is going to be a bit different because it has already been sewn once. Okay, we're not doing uppers right now. We're doing lowers, which is this one. And it does need to be scooted up a bit because there's a bit of a tear in the fabric, but we have extra fabric, so that's all good. And it's the interior fabric, not the exterior fabric. We've got a new zipper here. It needs to go this way, not that way, and also get all this excess thread out again. Hell yeah, there we go. Good. No, we should get some Cambridges done for Otafest, or not Otafest, Omatsuri as well. It's a little bit different, like, clientele. So, I think the Cambridges would do really well there. Shuffle it in, shuffle it in, shuffle it in. Doom, 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 doom. Right? Oh yeah, that actually works perfect. Good. Okay. Bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-da-dum, dum, dum. There's so much thread right there. So does anyone have any plans for the summer? We don't end up actually doing much in the summertime, honestly. Because we live in like the foothills of the Canadian Rockies, it does actually get quite busy here in the summer and such. But it's kind of like our priority this year is like, honestly, getting our kids off the iPads. It is hilarious because I was like, we're gonna have as low tech as we can in summer. If you get sick, then you get your iPad, sort of thing. And then instantly, both of them got sick. I was just like, what the fuck? That does not mean that we're not doing like TV time and movie nights and stuff like that. It just means that I want to limit their use of their personal devices as much as possible. Although we also have a situation of like fairly certain that we have an ADHD child and stuff like that. So there's definitely situations where using it as a tool for regulation also helps significantly. So we're just going to see how we do. But I do find that we all do better when we're outside more. Shock, right? So there's no science to back that up. That's sarcasm, by the way. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I'm like stocking up on craft supplies and stuff like that right now to like hopefully mean that I can still work a little bit on the weekends and stuff like that. And the Mondays that Dallas isn't home yet. And basically just letting them be bored. But we got like water guns for the summer, and that'll be fun. Hopefully it's nice enough weather that we're able to be outside more consistently as well, because that is another factor. Is it's like if it's like rainy and miserable, we're less likely to be spending quite so much time outside, at least formally. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We're gonna try, and then save up the personal device time for winter time when it's like absolutely miserable outside, because that's the other portion of this, is that it is fucking cold and miserable and dark early for a very long part of our year. So this thread catcher is too close to my reverse stitch. All right, there we go. Boom. Boom. Excuse me. Yeah, this is definitely a probably need something on the stomach thing. But I'm not hungry. Yet at least probably another hour or so, and then I'll need a snack. So we'll persevere for a little bit here. Okay, to go in like that, yeah, and then just yeah. Yay. Okay. Next is cat stretches. Kitty cat stretches. I really like the shirt pairing with this. Like, it's just, it's so good. Like, look at that. Again, it's not like you see the pockets that much, but it's just, I don't know. It makes me happy because I know it's there. You can see it while I'm sewing it. Adds more variety to all our lives. And these are all men's and women's dress shirts. Majority, like 99.99% men's dress shirts. I do have a couple women's dress shirts to cut up here to use, but they're not quite the same. It is interesting to see the various ways that different dress shirts are tailored, though, as well. It's actually really cool. And not necessarily that they came from like a personal tailor or whatever, but well, actually a lot of them did, crazily enough. But also just like in general commercial finishings for men's and women's dress shirts. It's just really cool to see the construction differences. So I gotta talk to my future sister-in-law and figure out what we're dressing kiddos in to be in the bridal party. Because if I need to make stuff, I need to be working on that now instead of later. And we kind of discussed it, but I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, we ran out of thread. Shit. Okay, it finished here. So we'll pile it up here. There's still such a big pile over there to finish. I like how I was like, I'll go get a snack in like an hour. If I just wait it out, it'll be dinner time. Because I'm not hungry right now. bit too much. Oh, there it is. I was like, where the hell is this piece? There's, okay, so the family comb on red is actually right here. Sweet, that's good. I didn't actually lose it. I just thought I lost it. That's the wrong one. Oh yeah, I just finished listening to Daisy Chain Flower Shop. That's part of why I wasn't on this morning, because I was doing zipper bowls, winding the rest of the friendship bracelet floss. And I was like, I'm going to finish this book, because I was really close to the end. And it was so good. Definitely spicy. I feel like these books have gotten spicier as they've gone. They've all had some spice involved, but like definitely book 1 was the tamest. I think this is 5 or 6 now. And they're all just like really cute, small town Americana, contemporary romances. So like, there's no heavy thinking involved in them, which sometimes is nice. Alright, we are... I don't even know how far we were in here. I feel like we're probably about a quarter, maybe a third of the way through what we had to sew zippers into today. So we'll see. We'll see. Who knows? We got a lot of top stitching to do after this. And realistically, this is only half the zipper. installation because we got to go back in and do the top portion too. So here's hoping everything just goes smooth now. All these fabrics, well, all of the exterior fabrics, at least the pattern portion of it, is Japanese fabric. We go and buy them in Kyoto and Tokyo. I previously did purchase in Osaka as well, but the shop that I used to go to in Osaka closed in 2020 or 2021. The shopping street that they're on has had like a major, best description is gentrification and like globalization. Kind of sucks. It was like one of my best shops because it was so it was Toraya in Osaka, and it had like a pneumatic tube system. So you'd go around and you'd select your fabrics with the salesperson, and they would take a clipping and clip a portion to yours, and then have a carbon copy, and they clip a portion of the fabric to the carbon copy, and then it'd get sent up the pneumatic tubes to the cutting floors that were obviously above the shop, and then when it was all done, it dumped down behind the like cash register. Amazing shop. They were so good. But yeah, my last trip there would have been like 2018 because then we had a hiatus. We had other priorities we did, and then yeah, it was the pandemic time. So now I go to Nomura Tailor in Kyoto, and both shops that are in Kyoto, there's two. And then I also visit Tomato typically in Tokyo in Nippori Fabric Town. I think in October I may or may not have an opportunity to like actually shop at Tomato. But I'm gonna try and get to Okodaya, I think, in Shinjuku, because I've never been there and I keep hearing really cool things about the shop. So I think that's going to be a goal instead. Sorry, just trying to pin down plans with my friend. She's like, how long will you be there? And I'm like, I don't know. The kids actually went to bed at like 6:30 last night, which is insanely early for my children. And then, of course, they were up out of bed earlier as well because, yeah. But they needed it because we've had some late nights too. So it's like, I don't begrudge you, but I now don't know what time bedtime will be tonight. Okay, so I think at this point, getting it, all the zippers in and top stitch might be too ambitious, but we'll at least get the zippers all installed, if that makes sense, but maybe not top stitched is what it's feeling like right now. Just given how things have to go. Everything's handmade, so it's like, And if you are a sewist and you're like, why aren't you using pins? Because I find that hand holding it does just as well or better than pinning it for myself. But this is definitely a do as I say, which is pin, and not as I do situation. I've also been sewing for a very long time, so at this point. Well, not like a very, very long time, but a long time. 2012, I started sewing in 2012, and then I started sewing for sale in like 2014, 15? I don't even remember. Because it was kind of all mixed up with like, first I started knitting for sale, and then I like, yeah, knitting for sale, that was the one. But there's very little money in knitting for sale because it takes so long. There's no way to really charge properly for your time, right? And I needed to reclaim a hobby at the time. So I switched to sewing. And here we are. Macaron critters in purple. They're super adorable. I call them macaron critters because they're little, like, filling. It's like hamsters and rabbits and gerbils, I think. And the interior in this case is not an upcycled dress shirt, but in fact an upcycled tablecloth, which we will no longer be using for the mini traveler slings, but instead repurposing in the kato. Just makes more sense. I think we're well over halfway through the pile. I think there's close to 45 new mini traveler slings in the works. I was going to say, I don't know if that means that I'm going to get them all done, but honestly, we are going to just head down, keep working on the minis until we're done. And then I'm just realizing, I was like, I'm going to cut Kato next week. We're actually going to try out the new tote bag pattern. Not pattern, but new way of putting the tote bags together, in which case we can, like, it's just going to be an open bag with the option to add a snap if desired afterwards. It's not like I can't bring my snap press to add snaps in. And we'll, yeah, because at this point I don't know what to do with all the fabric anyway. And then there has been a whole discussion with the Dundurn totes that most people have been liking the idea of the Dundurn with the zip, but they actually would prefer the snap. So we're going to lean into it with all the ones that we've cut already for the tote bags as well, especially since the majority of them already have their canvas sewn. Like, all they have to do is get sewn together basically. And since we have the cylinder iron machine now, it should be super straightforward because we can do it as a drop-in lining. We don't even have to, like, guess at it, really. So that's something that we'll work on next week as well. Because bluntly, these will probably not be done by this weekend. It might be, but... Well, they won't be because I don't think I'm actually going to run into the city until Tuesday. Which means I won't have enough snap hooks to finish these because there's like 6. Yay. Actually, I should call and find out if they have them available at all. Still though, even though I'm like adjusting my expectations for what we're gonna actually be able to get done today. As I mentioned a few minutes ago, I think we'll end up being able to get all the zippers in, but I had been like, oh, we'll top stitch too. I don't think the top stitching is going to happen, but I think everything else will, which is pretty good. Now these new batch of minis are going to have a price adjustment, mostly because it's like I'm realizing that honestly they are taking far more labor hours than I originally anticipated. Or not far more, but they're definitely taking more. So it's not going to be insane, but it is to be determined. I've got to go into my formulas and just double check all of my stuff and make sure that I'm not missing anything there as well. And then, yeah, just adjust it based on labor costs because I deserve to be paid. And right now I don't think these are really paying me. So... These are coming together well, which is good. I think we're catching all the layers and everything like that. That's something that we'll double check as we go through to add the top zip. So we fold them down is make sure that the zipper is actually caught in the bottom as well. Just so that if we do have to do any repairs, or like basically if we have to do any catching of the fabric, we can before we top stitch it. Have some snuck through, and I've noticed only after top stitching. Yes, sirree. It sucks when that happens, because then it's always like, ugh. I think that's probably what happened with the koi one that we tore the zipper out of today. Some little black cats with moons. Because high, are we still riding high on the Moonjoy? Yes, a little bit. Seems appropriate right now. Still. Oh, look at them. Fucking adorable. It's such a good fabric. So it's little cats like holding fruit and hiding amongst all these like flowers and everything like that. And there are 2 colorways of it, so at least that I have. So there's blue that I have currently, and I also have a pink. They're both very like pastel and subtle in the background. Definitely different things pop on each of them too, which is super cool. Alright, come on, so family crests on white. These crests are black. They made a black and silver zipper as far as I remember. I definitely tried to be conscious of buying some more like masculine coated fabrics when I was there in February. Obviously it's not like my main bent, but I also know that there are a lot of like women that want a little bit more subtle or not quite so like frilly. I don't want to say that they don't want whimsy, so I don't know why you're buying handmade otherwise, but neutrals, more masculine, yeah, more masculine coated, I guess, or more traditionally masculine, because I'm always like, people are like, well, what about for guys? And I'm like, well, I can't determine what no. That's up to you with your own decision making, because I've definitely had guys buy fabrics that I would never anticipate them buying, and then buying stuff that I obviously would 100% be like, yes, that was a male coated fabric in the store. But like, I can't tell you what a man might like, because I am a woman and I am buying to my tastes most of the time, and obviously quite a number of your folks' tastes too. Capybara in onsen. Hey, we're down to like 3 more, and then we get to do the top zipper. Yay, us. We're doing it. And it is 3:45 right now. Actually, I might call it now. And just be like, I need a nap. I need a nap. I need to make a pot of coffee. I need to make sandwiches before I go pick my kiddos up. Should we work? Could also go in and actually get the white ones. Nah, I don't want to do any top stitching right now. And honestly, the top zipper is the more nitpicky of the 2 zippers. It's still such a good print. I'm pretty sure I still have a Sheena cut out from this fabric, so if I find that, I will. We're gonna try to launch the Sheena. I don't know if it's gonna be this year specifically, just because we're busy staying afloat with like, oh god, with the number of shows we have right now. But it is going to be going back into rotation because I'm 100% certain that having the cylinder arm is going to make sewing crescent shaped bags so much fucking easier. But yeah, hang tight for that. We're definitely gonna, I think we're gonna do it. I don't know what we're going to make it out of. I think the thing that I'm hung up on right now is I don't know what the base of it should be. Most of the time the base of it should not be whatever the exterior fabric is, right? So like it shouldn't be OB or it shouldn't be cotton. I think we decided that the other day though, right? I think we determined that it should actually be waxed canvas maybe. I think that's the best one. And then we can like, we'll Scotch Guard and Oda coat the fabric and then it becomes like a water resistant bag, which is perfect. So, all right, last zipper to install on this side. Woohoo! So if you were here for the blue, this is it. This fabric on purple, or Jesus, this is not purple. Oh my God, it's pink. And what it does is it just makes different details pop because the like colorway does change ever so slightly. So the pinks in this one are a lot more vibrant. Actually, I can see the blue. We'll just pull the blue out and I can show you them side by side. So yeah, like the pinks in this are a lot more muted. And I'm sorry, I know it's hard to see with the like light behind, but then the pinks in this are a lot more poppy. And actually the reds on this pop a lot more as well. They look like they're the same color, but they definitely pop more. And the cats are like obviously pop out different too, so that's really cool to see. Now I don't remember which one this went with. So I'm just gonna pop it over there because hi, whatever. I was showing you fabrics, it's all good. Okay, that is here. It gets the pink pocket. This was definitely a Wrangler shirt from like the Tough Enough to Wear pink campaign. It was quite large. It has a lot of fabric, and I still have a lot of fabric I can work with from it, which is awesome. I'll totally take it. I love all the like XL, XXXL shirts because it just makes my life so much easier. Anyway. Not that I won't take the smaller shirts either, but it definitely, like, I don't like going much below medium or large when I'm thrifting the shirts. And yes, I do thrift them. I do actually go down to the bins. That's where I've been getting a lot of them. Or directly into the stores, although the bins are definitely the better, like, financial option for this. So, okay, we're going to stack them up here, and then we're just going to, like, flip the pile and work top to bottom, basically. Come on. I know you like to get stuck on that edge. It's all good, though. You also know you want to get sewn. Yeah, we're just going to keep working. I'll probably work until for another half hour, so 4:15. And that'll give me time to do all the things I need to do before the kiddos, including but not limited to a short nap. And honestly, we've done pretty good. It's been, what, I've been on for... Why does that say live for 11 minutes? What the hell? What is going on? Okay, weird. It's like the Streamlabs is saying live for 11 minutes. YouTube is saying live for almost 2 hours. So all things considered, we've been on for 2 hours and I've gotten quite a bit of work done. And hopefully tomorrow I actually get my ass downstairs earlier. But there's admin work. Well, okay, no. Then never mind. What am I talking about? I enjoyed my morning. I sat outside. I put zipper pulls on in the on my deck. Drank my coffee. Went for my run. Which honestly I should be able to do tomorrow too, or should do tomorrow actually. Because it's something that I have dropped off on horribly. And then yeah. It might have been a bit of dawdling, but there wasn't much dawdling today. Realistically, I have run out of stories to tell, so there's that too. Well, if you guys ever have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat, because honestly, having a direction for my stream of consciousness is always welcome. Because my goodness, sometimes thinking of what to tell you guys is a daunting task. And I'm always happy to talk more about Japan too, but it's like, it's nice to have a direction on that a lot. So okay, so there's those ones, and then there's those ones, and then there's the pile of ones to sew. And then the koi was at the end, and these guys are at the top. Perfect. Okay. Coffee shop. Jammy cat tarts, which this is the only bag that I'm probably going to make out of this fabric, because I'm going to destash the rest of it. Especially the one that's like navy with like red jam. I don't know. It's just, it's very reminiscent of brains, and I'm just like, I'm actually highly uncomfortable sewing with this fabric. So it's cute. It is cute, but not for me. All right. Brains. Okay, so a lot of top stitching still needs to happen, obviously. I need to top stitch the denim on this bottom portion. We need to apply labels as well. However, the denim it's something that has to be done this color's too dark, so we're going to do dark top stitching for it. I forgot that this side is actually harder. Oh right, I don't need to fold that as much as I need to just pop this down here like that. And then we do need to fold it to get the right. Okay. So we need to be able to center the upper portion. So we need to fold this in half. And if you're like, Katie, you should have transferred your marks. Yes, this is the one place where I'm like, fuck, why did I transfer my marks? God damn. But at least that lines up. And then that lines up like that. Okay. And then it all actually lines up pretty good. Technically, I should also be able to chain piece this, so we'll see if I lose my mind doing it like that or not. Yay. If I go crazy today, it is because of the sewing. Okay. Actually, it might be easier to fold it when it's like this. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know anymore. I'm just making shit up as I go right now. Given that this is all arbitrary anyway. That marking did not show up in the least. Fantastic. All right, so do it now. And then honestly, what I should do if I was like actually thinking about it is just put a snip in the zipper, which is what I should be doing at the beginning. But the thing is that I changed the position of the zipper as I put it in so that it's like actually good. There. Okay, I can work with that. The nice thing is that these two pieces line up. It's just the front. Actually, I say this all out loud, and it's like, I've definitely had it bite me in the ass before, but nope, that worked. Oh, thank fuck. Phew. You see, so these, you're like, what are you talking about, Katie? But the sides, like, are lined up correctly, and so is the pocket, actually, quite well. There's a little bit of a gap, but I can work with that. Okay. We're good. Yay. So we're going to line these up here. Boom. Boom. And the problem is that it's just slightly angled enough and 3D enough that if I don't do it like this and line up that center mark with the zipper, it does not line up with the bottom piece. So that's why it's just like, okay, now we've double checked. I would count that as a success because that's usually how I do it. I just want to make sure that that's actually how we're going to do it. So here we are. We're good. Like, that's a lot of words to say nothing. Yes. Yes, it is. I know. I'm sorry. Finger press so that's not so goddamn curly. Capybara. Super doopy doo. Did I get it? Yeah, mostly. Definitely not getting through all these this afternoon. That's okay. There's been a lot of work done. We're like a third of the way into what we need to finish for the minis, so that's pretty good, all things considered. Considering that I was still cutting out zippers from last night, especially. Ooh, that's a very light marking. All right. Common. The other nice thing about doing it now, though, is that also it's actually squared up to the bag. Which, you know, the markings being transferred would allow it to also square up to the bag, but, like, yeah. There's, like, very little room for discrepancy right now. Because it's just like, all right, assemble on the go. Mushrooms. The lighting on this stream has gotten really bad. Let's see. I'm gonna turn the temperature down a bit because it feels like I'm very pink. That's too far. think we also need to actually close this blind now. That will help balance a lot of it out too. To a point. Not insane, but whatever. It's also getting bright on my eyeballs. Ha 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 ha. Should probably start putting the back on first, but whatever. We're getting there. What is going on here? There you go. Oh, right, so this is the one that we pulled aside to be like, hey, this is why we're doing it this way. We totally did not do the snips on the sides yet, did we? No, fuck. God damn it. We're supposed to be doing that while you're cutting them. Nah. Basically what I'm doing is I'm finger pressing in a crease in the zipper, and then we're matching up the finger pressed crease from the zipper with the finger pressed crease on the exterior fabric. Super scientific. There are pattern markings on the pattern that you could transfer instead and not have to do it this way. And again, a situation of do as I say, not as I do, so definitely transfer the pattern markings. Should I also transfer the pattern markings? Probably, but the problem is it's given the production levels that we have with it, it's a little bit like we wouldn't necessarily be able to have like an air erase marking, and just other marking pens have their own issues, so that's why I don't normally do it. So we do the super scientific finger pressing instead. It's awesome. Totally lost it there. So. But that looks right, so I'm not too worried about it. So much top stitching, dun, 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 dun. So much top stitching. Dun, 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 dun. It does actually kind of have to be folded in half before I put the zipper, or before I put the back pocket under here. La 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 la. wrong because I did guesstimate it a bit more than normal. We're good. Yay. All right. Let's actually trim these up. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 done so far. Awesome, which means we probably have about 33 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 31. Okay, so there's 42 here right now. So actually, I just realized the other thing I could do that would be super useful is to figure out if I have enough labels. And if not, we can have one here. Okay, so I need 42 total. There's one. And I don't think there's any spares anywhere else. So we're going to have to go in and actually do a whole set here. Oh, there they are. That will be the next thing that we need to do for the minis, is to actually, like, once we get top stitching done at least. Oh god, don't fall out of the chair, Katie. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which means I actually need, did I clean these? Yes, these ones are clean. Okay. 7. It's too bad I don't. I can do them in like rows of 20. Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 15, 16. This one doesn't have. Why am I not just picking up the bin? 18. 19. Oh my god, we have 20. Okay, cool. Except that we still have to do 12. 21. Do I have a 22nd? Just make sure there's not something to do with the kit. It's like, you stood. I definitely did not stand. Oh, that's a base for one of the bags over here. Good. Okay, so I have 21 and an extra. So 21. So we're going to need to do, actually we'll just glue one on and then I can just do one row. Oh, 21. This might be 22 here. No, that one also does not have interfacing on it. I feel like, Katie, why'd you get diverted? Because if I get this on, then I can trim them down while I'm chilling down by the river with the kids. That's why. Okay, this is light. We usually do use ultra with the labels because it's not like we're sewing through them anyway, so I may as well use the ultra. And my mini press is upstairs because we've been doing perler bead crafts and the mini press is actually quite good for that stuff. So, okay, anyway, okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, okay, 18, 19. Okay, so we're actually short 3 anyway. I'm gonna go grab my mini. Be right back with that, and then we can lay these out and get them done. So maybe if there's 19, we'll still do 20 anyway, and then we've got, oh no, we're gonna have to do 30. Okay, as long as I've got 30 there. Oof, who knows? Mini press. Mini press. Good. Let's can scoot there for now. And then we're going to lay out 3 rows. We're going to do 30. I know that's in excess of what we actually need to do, and that's fine. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. Ugh, I'm gonna need to get my brother-in-law to cut more labels, which means I need to trim down some leather so I figure out what ones we're making labels from again. La 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 la. No, actually, is it in here or is it over here? Sorry, that was a very up close and personal shot of my face. Ooh, there's another spare. Sweet. Okay. Oh. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, we need to do 40 because we can do, it's 20 per layer, not 10. I don't know why my brain went to 10. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, and if we're planning to do a big run of Kato, we definitely need more labels. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 20. I don't know why I'm counting again because we've already counted them twice. 3 times not a bad idea. 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. Excellent. Okay. Oh god. What's going on there? They should all be the same size. Okay. Nope, that one needs to scoot. There we go. Are we covered? Almost. You can scoot under. Just a tick. Ha ha ha! We're covered. Okay. Yeah. Oh. God damn. Okay. Why did I even get caught on? So this is Heat and Bond Ultra Hold. It's a double-sided plastic interfacing basically. And so what I do is I apply it to the back of the leather tabs and then I trim them out from the interfacing. And then we apply it via heat to the bags. And basically the big benefits to this is that it if I'm like, compared to gluing especially, it just basically doesn't show around the tags as much. So it's good. And then yeah, we'll just, these are the strips that I'll take and we'll like strip down at the river because it's a good around the kids task. It's, and well, transportable work. So that's the big one. And yes, the shears are the best way to do it, along with the little snips to get the really detailed stuff. And no, I am not keeping that interfacing. Okay, so we do have a whole handful here that also have not been trimmed down. Usually it's like, so they'll go from the strips to this, wherever my camera is. So you can see there's like this flap around here. And so I like to trim that down so it also does not show up on the bag. And so it actually adheres to the frickin' leather, stays adhered, because apparently that one was not. Yeah, okay. And then it gets, this is what goes on to the bag itself. Paper backing that just gets peeled off when we're ready to use it. So I'll take the ones that haven't been trimmed down here and take them and get them trimmed too. And yeah, I'll just take a bin and I'll just throw them in the bin and all the little interfacing scribbity scraps as we go. Anyway, I know I said I was going to work till about 4:30, but I think this is probably a natural stopping point right now. Don't really need to turn them, like, yeah. What we got? I got 30 zippers half installed, 11 zippers fully installed. I'm pretty happy with that result. Oh yeah, it's a good thing that we did actually do some extras too, because these will cover the Obi travelers that we got to finish up as well. I know I have some more somewhere as well, so I'll have to track them down because, yeah, it'll take a bit to get some more cut, which is fine. All right, there we go. So those strips will be cut. Basically, they'll get cut down to pill shapes, and then they'll get trimmed down from there. So I'm gonna head out. I hope you guys all have a fantastic evening, and I will hopefully be back on sooner tomorrow to work on getting these. We'll be working on the rest of the zippers and the welt pockets tomorrow. Welt pockets being the like point of like the tedium for this project for sure. So yeah, hope you all have a fantastic night or day, wherever, whenever you are, and I'll chat with you all soon. Bye.